Hello and welcome to this stream. I hope we're all doing well. It doesn't get any easier for Wednesday, does it? You look at last night and you think, oh, great chance to get some points and get something against the team that really struggled as late, and we did the opposite of what we normally do. We're normally the good team, we're normally the bad team beforehand, and then we get back into it, and we did completely the opposite, which is something I'm not used to. My mental health's probably about a 3-4. At this moment in time, I'm not 100% sure if I'm streaming Friday night. I am going to see how I feel. So I want to see how I feel before I do it. It might be a good distraction for me, but it also might not be. It all depends on what my headspace is like. But yeah, 18 people in, 7 likes, girls likes up people, much appreciate it. Danny's so weird when it comes to pressers at the end, like speaking to the media, because he gives you that little bit of hope again. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We can only do 45 minutes of football. That's been something we've been like that for years. This isn't like it's the first time that we've done this. We've been like this for ages. 45 minutes is all we can do. At halftime, I thought maybe we could do a 90-minute foot, but then I remembered who I support. Yeah, exactly, Barry. Ian and Robert, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. But this is the thing. We had it under Darren. We had it under Gary Monk. We even had it a little bit under Debrief, where they could only do not that long. And this is something that's not new. Like I said, this is something not new. This is something that has really been the same all the time. And I don't know what it is about this squad. They cannot do a full 90. The last time they did a full 90 was Barnsley in the final. And the playoff game. But I don't count them because they're not in the season game. That's the thing for me. I don't count them because it's not the season game. Where if it's in the season, then yeah. How did we throw away? Easy. We didn't defend well. The way we played last night was we had the thing where we were like, right, let's do the same again. And the thing is, they started to press us, and when they started to press us, we really struggled. We really struggled to stop their press. They ran at us, and in the first half, there was a couple of chances. If they caught us on the counter, we were cooked. We were well and truly cooked. And we just don't have that concentration at the minute. And I think it doesn't help that you've got a back lineup that very, very rarely played together a lot. We'll say more played well, got his head up to pick out gas in the end. Yeah, he did. Masaba's had a really good game. It was nice to see. It was nice to see Masaba have a really good run. It also made me go, Masaba probably for me deserves a contract at the end of the season. I think he deserved to get a new deal. Because I think when you get him a bit closer, you're going to start seeing him come into it a bit more. You know what was nice about Masaba last night? His decision making was a lot better. Masaba, I don't know if we hadn't seen him in a while, so we're seeing bits that we hadn't seen. But Masaba's decision making was better. Not many step overs. He actually did everything right. Yeah, St. John, it's nice to be talking about football and not other stuff. We are going to have to talk about other stuff later, though, because of the whole situation with the academy. Keep joking with my dad that we're aiming to make 70 conceded before the season ends. Don't. It could happen. It could happen, Barry. It really could. Ian and Daniel, how are you doing, mate? But I think in that first half, we did some really good play. We played well. We did all the good things right. And we did a really good corner routine. I will say the last couple of weeks in terms of an attacking corner, our corner routines have looked a lot better. Like, genuinely, our corners have looked a lot better. It's amazing how we can go from cruising along to the end on to hanging on. But that's the Wednesday way. That is what we've done, Craig. That is that of the year. Sissoko, I believe Sissoko picked up a knock. I think he said he picked up a knock. Let me check the website because I'm pretty sure he picked up a knock, and if that's the case, it's annoying because we barely seen Sissoko. And it's annoying because I want to see more out of him. I was hoping to see that happening. Apparently, like, they had a team talk after Blackburn Rovers to say stop the bleeding. Blackburn Rovers had that to say that. Hey, Bob 123, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm not too bad. It's gonna be a bit of a shit week for me, but it is what it is. Yeah. I think the thing is, he was having to put a makeshift team together as well with it because people were out again. People were out again. It's like, here we go. Why did Sissoko not play against thingy? No, I will say something. I'll tell you who had a really good game last night, and I think he's getting better. I thought Ingolson had another brilliant game, being a little bit of a bruiser and being able to do stuff. And some of the passing he actually can do is pretty good. Otabeo looked good as well. Thing is, there were really good signs of players who did well for most of the game. But it got to, as soon as that first goal for them went in, you could tell the change. You could tell they like really struggled as a team. We did. I felt for Charles. I was half expecting him to get a load of abuse online, but I think he did pretty well. I generally think he did pretty well. I won't lie with it. To not get the stick, by the way, like the header, really good header. I think it just deceived him. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's not a good keeper. He's not tall enough." Some of the best keepers in the world are the same height as Charles. He's a 19-year-old kid or 18. He's going to make mistakes. Like, he'll beat himself up more than anything for that one for the second. It was just a horrible bounce that deceived him. He'll learn from it. It's one of those things. He will learn from that and be able to come from it. But I think the thing is, right near the end, we started to like play again and start playing a bit of football. Josh Windass had a couple of chances he could have scored and just hit wild, was a little bit wild with his effort and didn't really hold it up at all well. I thought Pato was annoyed when he came off. I thought Pato had an okay game, but nothing spectacular. Don't think he even meant to score that header. It was lucky for them. I think he had it on target. That's the main thing. To be fair, you look at ours. Our first goal was a kind of bit of luck. We had their keeper to thank. So, swings around, I think they both had it. Made one mistake up solid, though, but Blackburn got into it more when he went off. A little bit. I've got the thing right now that I really think that we are in that position at the minute where we're just kind of having to wait a little bit to find out a little bit what we can do and what we can't do, if that makes sense. Because we are really struggling to get things right in terms of we do something really well and do something really good and really clever and good build up, and then we don't do it well. It's like we switch it. We're very good at switching a switch and going, that's really good, and then switching it to going, oh God, that's really bad. I thought Ingolson played really well last night. Ingolson had a really good game, and I was really happy to see him have an absolutely dominating game and being able to get into the right positions. He got a good pass on him, and I think the other thing is with Charles. You're potentially playing with Charles in net with another midfielder in a sense, with the range of passing he got and how he passed. In Eddie, Pato needs a new contract too. Reckon we played him more. We'd have one more. I think Pato's an interesting one because I want Pato. I like Pato today, but I think it always can happen. Didn't like how the commentator treated that Alibi. Commentators are commentators. He didn't hear it, so it don't really matter, Eddie. And he'll probably not think about it anyway. So I wouldn't think too much about it. Young lad learning to trade. I think they were expecting a little bit more from him, but it is what it is. There's not a lot you can do. But here's the thing for me is we need to be learning how to play into these situations where we can make more chances. We don't make enough chances as it is, and when we do, we look good. We look good. We play good little football, but it was one of those ones where it just felt like first half everyone put in good performance, and then when the second half happened, as soon as it got the goal, we dropped heads. We completely dropped heads. We couldn't get into the game. We were on the back foot. There were passes that were being made that weren't great. I thought we actually looked good without a Baz. I thought Charles put some good tackles in. I thought that midfield did okay. I just have this thing where it's just lacking those little bits. You can see little bits where we could have it, where we could do a full 90 minutes of play. But we don't do that. Also, just an idea, you fancy doing a watch along for a game tonight? I am knackered, mate. If I wasn't so tired, yes. But I'm absolutely shattered tonight. I've had both my kids today. What I got? Gassama's goal was fantastic. And it's goals like that we want to see, right? But goals like that also don't help because it means we're going to have more people with eyes on him. I would like Bannon to come off the bench to calm it down. Yeah, but he couldn't though, could he, Eddie? He was injured. Eddie, the thing with Bannon, he had a knock. That's why he wasn't played. I think it was the one bring him as someone to be a good leader and just try and help things. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that was right strike. But I'm not against the idea of doing that Bob 1, 2, 3 next season. Maybe doing if we got a game that's a rival and we'll have a do it. Yeah, he got a little knock. He picked up a knock in the last game, so we kept him out, and he tried to do it in the warm up and just couldn't quite get it. So they just went on the side of caution. And the thing is, you look at this game, you look at Hull, you look at Cardiff, the game where you're thinking they're 3 points easily kind of thing. The 3 points you could have, and then you look at the points we dropped this season. QPR, Luton, Cardiff again, Hull. I'm trying to think of some of the games where you just look where we've done really well and then we haven't come away with something. Millwall. Like the certain games that you look at and you go, we should have got something from it. There's been a lot of negative about the club. I feel it showed in the second half, but couldn't understand why, as we've saw on top of it. Yeah, I think the thing is that a lot of people had it last night that they were like, oh, what's this? This was rubbish. Oh, crap again. But again, people are not realising we played the first half how we normally play our second half. And that's the thing. We played our second half in the first half, and it's what you wanted. Oh yeah, easily thrown 20 points away. Our home form have been a state. Let's call it what it is. I think it's 4 wins this season at home. It's not where you want it to be. But I think there's a reason for that. I think our home support isn't there in terms of doing it. There's no one trying to get up for it, where the away teams do. When it's an away game, we get up for it. We get into the kind of groove. Because there's not many. The diehards are the ones who are at the away games. So they are really giving that atmosphere, which we don't seem to get going. The moment you try to do a bit of atmosphere at home at the minute, it's immediately shut down, or so he just looks at you, or you get told to sit down. And it's that whole thing. The atmosphere is well and truly off at Hillsborough for good reason. Get dizzy looking left and right from Hull to Cardiff. Yep. The away support is brilliant. Just look at Brentford away, pretty much their first team, and we got a draw. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That whole thing. We play to our strengths and play to that kind of thing. We can get results. But we haven't won at home since Derby. Since that Derby goal that Josh Windass scored we haven't won at home since then. And you got to remember, that was like 1st of Jan, and then we had all the issues in the middle of January, the fan forum, them not talking. So it makes sense why that's not been great. Generally, that, I think, a new striker holding mid and a cover for the wing, a couple of centre-backs and a backup keeper. I can see that. I can see that a lot, but it all depends on what cast there is to play with. At the moment, it sounds like we're bloody skint. Like, we've had the whole thing today where we, like, the players for the under-21 were meant to find out yesterday about their contracts and who's staying and who's not going. And they found out today. And that must be really hard for a young lad who's thinking, oh, am I going to be staying at the club or am I going to be leaving the club? For some of them, it's the club they've been at their entire career. So it's like, now what do I do? Like the ones that we know about that are gonna, Poofy, Reed, Finley, I forgot the other one. Got away with one. I've done the video on it. You know what I mean. But that's the thing. Masaba was fantastic. To be fair, I forgot how good Masaba was last night. It showed you how much we probably missed him a lot. We have probably missed him a hell of a lot. What is it not allowing us to compete a good 90 minutes? Can't be fitness. We have some of the fittest players in the league. Manager can't be as he settled a decent squad. I think it's a mental thing, DJ, because it's something that's happened. This isn't just a Danny thing. This has happened before. I think it's a mental thing. I think, how many times did we have a Darren Moore or Steve Bruce turn around and go, I don't understand why this happened. I can't understand why we can't keep it for 90 minutes, why we can't concentrate. Our home form, I don't think our home form cost the playoffs much, Anthony. I just think our home form crap. Playoffs, for everyone who was looking for playoffs this season, it's not what we wanted. Like, we did want it, but if we went up, we would get absolutely battered. And we could have potentially been Southampton and got the lowest points. You would have gone up for the money and be like, right, fantastic, I've pocketed the money and go. But that's all. It was a really good pass. It was very good play. And when he did get the ball, he didn't mess about with it. Very true, I'll be honest, I can't see Danny staying with all the off-field antics. I can't see why. But I have a feeling we'll be... So, a sale in the summer could happen. But the thing is, the whole Danny situation, let's just enjoy him while he's here. I think that's what I want to say on that. Enjoy the time while he's still here. Because there were so many things that were stuff that he said again last night. Danny's in that really weird position where you can see he's saying stuff like he's staying because he wants to stay. I don't think he wants to leave. I think he wants to stay and build something and get this right. But I think he's between a rock and a hard place because of who owns the club. We wouldn't have won a single game with that growth we've got. Ian in Lodo, by the way, mate. No point in going up with DC in charge. Chancellor would expect us to get Champions League in first season. Yeah. Yeah, he would. But I think the thing is, what you've got at the minute is that we're in a little bit of that unknown. We keep hearing about, we had talks about my future and stuff like this. We had that at the end of last season. 100%. Love Danny to bits. I know he'll get right to the top. Yeah, it's. I think it's one of the things we have to just look at what happens, and I think it's a case of what will be with Danny. And there's the bits of what he said that you think, oh, that sounds like this day, and we're building this. I hope he's building stuff and putting things in the right place for whoever comes in and takes over. If, say, it is the rumour that it's Pedersen and Powell will already know what to do and what there, because they've been working in it. If they stay and it's a 1-2 of Pedersen and Powell, maybe. But at the same time, you want to make sure that things are in place and working. One of the big things we had last home game, the credit that groundsman should get for how good that pitch was in after so long of it being so bad. We should be really praising him and going, look, he just got on with his job and got that looking like a surface. I also think there's a part of it, one of the reasons that we have struggled a little bit at home because we're not able to play the way we want to play. Like, you look at when we go away from home, we play a little bit better. We knock the ball all around a little bit more. It looks better. It looks okay. But with it looking okay and doing that, you have the thing where you then you have to go back and change it to how you play at home. And that's the thing. And I think it's one of those things where we have to be really intrigued with what happens next. Right? We have to see and take a lot of... I don't know. I want to say we want to take a lot of, not stick, but try and just make the best of what we can. But nothing changes. Like, nothing changes from the message with DC. It's the message is still clear. We want you to go. Most of the fan base wants you to go now. It's not a small amount now. It's a large amount that has had enough of your antics and had enough of how we are doing stuff. And I think the problem you got with the next couple of things is what happens next, right? How do you fix the next bit going into it? Because it's all right being like, oh, great, they've been paid, blah, 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 or great, that's done, we can start again. You can't. Because you're probably gonna go back to the same position once again, where you're constantly going, right, we've done this, back to this, and you're literally just waiting for the next issue to happen. The protest our game was the loudest I've heard them last night. Yep, they are. I'd say more against that are... Ian and John, congratulations on getting promoted from League One. You did have like 20 million to spend, but congratulations anyway. I'm joking, mate. Congratulations. We'll be playing you again next season and start to build your little legacy. The club needs a whole infrastructure, but that's not going to happen with DC in place. Any new owner would have... Well, the thing is, any new owner is going to have to look at it and go, training ground, pitch, stadium, proper scouting set up, all that kind of stuff. It's that whole way of looking at it. You are looking at it going, what next? What do we need to put in place? How do we need to put X, Y, and Z in place? I think you have to be interesting with that one. Give me a minute. By the way, the survey at the top of my survey on the top of my chat. Go fill it in. Go do it. It's for the supporter trust. So go have a look. Congratulations, John. I think you'll do the double on Sunday. Do fancy swapping over? Burn could have a posh cup final for Vernon on Sunday as well. Hi, Jay, mate. I hope Danny Go Derby liked it and we get a new owner. Maybe he will come back to finish business. You never know. If we recruit well, I'm sure they could. I think you could have well. Eddie, but like, top of pin, go fill that to survey in. It'll be interesting to see when they do in the next couple of games. Because I thought there were certain players who you looked at, like Olaf, came on, didn't really look good or look well off it. It was interesting what Danny said about...
Give us McNeil! Give us McNeil!
McNeil, he said Charlie was very close to getting picked, trained well, and he deserves it. So I'll be interested to see what Danny does on Saturday. Will he give him a chance? Will he pick him? Excuse me. Which I think could be a possibility. I'd like to give him that. Where's Homer Simpson come from? Not Homer Simpson. It's Futurama. But yeah, I think it's that whole thing where you've got to see how it goes. Can't can't us giving you 15 million for Bannon? You just do that to piss off the Villa fans. But I think it's that whole thing where unlike most clubs, they're getting to this point where if they know they're safe, they're already planning for next season and looking for what happens next. And there's optimism about how the next season's gonna be and how we're gonna go into it. Most clubs are already in that position. We're not. We're not in that position at all. And we're not in that position because we don't know what's going on next. We're praying we get to June 30th without any more late payments to anyone, to HMRC, to players, to anything. That's where we're at. We're like, the season might finish May 8th. Is it May 8th? I got that wrong. My brain's dead. When I have both my kids, they just sap all life out of me. May 3rd. Our season finishes May 3rd. Right? And we will still be watching what happens till June 30th. Give us a McNeil. Yeah, that kind of thing. That was a naff Homer Simpson impression. I don't think DC has even thought about next week, let alone next season. True. We don't have a clue what's going on with it. The thing is, Danny, we do kind of have a clue what's going on. He's still going to be bloody here in his head, and that's the issue. It's just you can't do if it was from Sheffield. Nah, then. Marge, go in that kitchen, make me a sandwich. No, I'm joking. But it's that whole situation where you got to make sure that you get everything right. You got to make sure everything is in a good position. You got to make sure that it's all going to go right. But we are not in that position. We're not in that position at all. The position we are in is literally, what do we do? How do we go about it? How we can't even we're saying, oh, we want to give this player a contract, that player a contract. They should be done. Our contracts should be done and dusted. Like, generally, our contracts should be done and dusted, finished. And no, but they're not, because we don't have a clue what that owner gonna do. Ian and Jordy, how you doing, mate? Hope you well. So I really don't know what we do next in the summer. Single female lawyer. Yep, McNeil. That episode, is that something to do for like episode 3 or episode 4 in Futurama? It's something daft, isn't it? Ian and Bunk, Ian and Nat. Frustrating, I guess, mate. 2-2 draw for you lot. It's frustrating for us, but it's also frustrating for us, mate, because we just literally... Our issue is our owner. You've been there with Mike Ashley. You know what it's like. We've got an idiot as an owner. It's harder. Also, get a random one for you. Do you think the transfer window should open the week after the end of the top flight in the countries and close at opening week to end the season? That possibly, yep. Aren't they closing the transfer window halfway through and reopen it? I'm sure I saw something like that, but it posted near April the 1st, so I didn't take too much time for it because I was like, I'm not sure. My brain literally was like, I don't want to believe that because it's near April 1st. What is going on with the transfers this year? I saw someone post it saying what was happening. It's like they're having a break in between. It closed for the first game of the season, I think. Let's have a look. I think it was an April Fool's. That's why I didn't take much notice. Thank you. Oh no, the Premier League summer transfer window will be split into 2 periods. An early period from June 1st to June 10th, followed by a second period from June 16th to September the 3rd, due to the FIFA World Cup. Okay, so that is what we're doing. How's that work for FIFA Club World Cup even? Sorry, the FIFA Club World Cup, not the actual World Cup. How's that working? So, other leagues, the league club won't be able to buy players until July 1st with their summer market. French, the same, but they close on August 30th. Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga will open on July 1st. The latter closing on September the 1st. The former 30th of August. Okay. So that's what they're doing then. Okay. That's still weird. I won't lie, that's still bloody weird. Okay. That's what they're doing. Oh, that just sounds dumb. Like, generally, that just sounds dumb. And the thing is, I don't know what we do. This is my thing right now. I want to enjoy the next couple of games. Yeah, right. I want to enjoy the next couple of games if we can, because we've only got, 5 games left. Oxford, Stoke, Middlesbrough, Pompey, Watford. 1 Friday game, 1 Monday game, and done. Do you think the season should be played in the summer and have the break in the winter? Good question. I like how it is now, but I do like to have the same thing. I'm a bit traditional, but a break in the winter would be good. I think we do have a lot of games, and I think we are kind of at a disadvantage to some of the other leagues around the world because our players just play so many games. But it's like they went away with FA Cup replays, yet they're still doing the National League tournament, which defeats the object. Like, well, why are you doing a tournament in the middle? An international tournament? That doesn't make sense. You're still having a lot of games. So it defeats the object. Love the Winter World Cup, so rather play in the summer. I like having the summer to play cricket. Yep. Yeah, it's an odd one. Like, if you look at what the FA had done with the FA Cup and the talk that they want to do a FA Cup game in America or something like that, I don't want it. I don't like it. Probably, Bob, no one can agree on anything, so someone will always claim they will have a disadvantage. So really, yeah, it's hard to change it. It's hard to put a change in place that everyone agrees to. And even if you get 90 to 80% to agree, Winter World Cup would only happen in countries like Qatar. I don't think the World Cup should happen in Qatar full stop anyway. I think how the World Cups are given in the Europa, Europe Cup, Winter Cup, they have basically international tournament. How they're given, I don't think it's a joke. I think it's a farce. It become very like IPL cricket, where whoever's got the most money gets it. I just hate it. I actually like the World Cup. I didn't think I would when it was announced. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the Winter World Cup. I felt it was decent. It was something different, but it just throws everything up. It throws everything for a loop. And it only threw everything for a loop because no one knew what was going on. That is the only reason why it got thrown into a loop, because no one had a bloody foggiest how it would work, because it wasn't explained very well by anyone. We should be using it to develop the sport in undeveloped markets. So I'm hoping we don't finish the season with a whimper finish like we did last season. I'm hoping we can get 10th. Yeah, I'm the same as you, Craig. I'm the same as you. I'm hoping we can get 10th because I think if you get 10th, it puts a big thing on it all by going, okay, we got 10th place, really good end. And the thing is, what we should be doing right now is going, oh, what a great season we've had. We got mid-table. We can build on that next season. And now we're not doing that. And that's the problem. Not even keen on the national. I don't like the National League. I think it's crap. Imagine England in 3-0 half time singing to the song. Yeah. It's a nice break for Norm mid-season, but it screws everyone. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. That's the blue point. When the hell are we going to have an international tournament? It's a joke because we have instructs in place for donkeys. Get 10th and the player can have a good rating FC 26. Yeah. Remember the last US World Cup? Time were horrific. I think we got the thing where we're going to have to figure it out and stuff like that. I get playing it in different countries and giving them a chance, but look at where some of the biggest markets are for football. It's Europe. It's that area. It's the South Americans kind of thing. So we'll see. We will see what happens next and how it goes for them. But I think the annoying thing right now, we should be talking about a season where we can get 10th or, like Nigel said, 8th. We can get 10th or 8th. It's a cracking season. We're going, hey, we got mid-table. Fantastic. What we need to build on that next season. But then you look at all the stuff we've had from November. Let's call it what it is. November. Since November, when we didn't pay the HMRC bill, to now. It went downhill. So that's what? November, January... No, November, December, January, February, March. You're talking 6 months. It took 6 months for shit to go drama-filled season. I was hoping for no drama this season. And how wrong was I on that one? How bloody wrong was I on that one? Yeah, get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. But I am probably going to call it there. I am very knackered. I want to go chill with the missus and just have a break. They made the 2023 where it was played in Europe, Africa, South Africa, and South America run opposite in 2023. Yeah, true. By the way, Friday's live stream, I don't know what's going on yet. It's all going to be going on how I feel and how I go into the day. Friday's a weird day for me because... yeah, I think some of you know about it on Monday. I spoke about it on Monday. So Friday's a bit of a weird day for me. So I'm gonna see what my headspace like, and how I want to go about it. It might be good for me to have a distraction in the evening and not think about it. But yeah, Friday's gonna be a bit weird. Yeah, Friday can be a bit weird. You may only have on Friday the preview and then Saturday game and then Monday we'll debrief. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Look after yourselves and I will speak to you in the next video. Hopefully I won't be making 3 videos in one day, but it seems to be the norm at the minute. 3 videos a day. That's like summer style videos. I think DC just does this to get me ready for the summer because he knows how busy I am. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.